Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sport Wrap Show with your host, Ashwin Mberi. It has been an absolutely exciting week, particularly if you're a football fan. Depends on the team you support. Because if you support Manchester United, last night could not have been pretty, falling 4-3 to Copenhagen and then dropping down to the bottom of their group, needing to win their next two games against Galatasaray and Bayern Munich to get to the next stage of the Champions League. Arsenal need 1 point after they managed a victory last night against Sevilla, scoring 2-0. Madrid, Munich, they're already through. That's what they do. And what we do is bring you the latest sport stemming from Namibia, Africa, and the world. Hit list after the break. Former world title challenger Jeremiah Loki Nakatila readies for his fight against America's undefeated junior welterweight prospect Ernesto Mercado on Saturday in the 10-round main event at the Lumkola Phoenix Center in Ontario. We have an interview with Nakatila before he left and some clips of him and his trainer Nikki Natangwe getting ready for the bout.
Yes, I'm joined by Loki Nakatila, a renowned boxer here in Namibia. Once a prospect, now actually somebody living the dream. Understand you're going to America again. You were there before, 1 victory there, 1 loss there, 2 losses there. So tell us, what is this one about?
Thank you, Jesse. We are heading to America, California. So there's a big fight there. I'll be the main bout of the evening. So that's big. It's an achievement on another level. So I'm going to fight on the 11th. We are leaving on the 5 November. We are leaving. So for me it's boxing. So I've been preparing hard and looking forward to 11 to be victorious. I went to America, I fought, I lost a fight, I went back, I won. So the third time I went there, they robbed me, the referee. So I'm going back again. So this time around, I want to balance it. So to balance my fight there in the US, this is my 4th one. So I want to make sure I win this fight.
All right, tell me more about your opponent.
Yeah, my opponent is Ernesto Mercado. I don't know much about him. I just hear him now when they call me to fight him. So I watch few footage on YouTube. Yeah, he's a good boxer. So he's tough, tough. So that's good. And I understand he's from a boxing family. His father is a former world champion. So let's go.
Yes, Loki, how hard have you prepared for this one? What have you been doing? Who have you been sparring with?
I've been in the gym this whole time. I've been preparing hard together with sparring partners like Charles Shinima. Those are the guys we have been sparring with. Nata, all the guys from my gym. So I've been going through a tough sparring, but I'm telling you right now, I'm ready.
Yes, you are ready. So look, you have been to America before, and you're saying it's the 4th time. You have there won once, lost 3 times. So what is this? What is the difference about this one?
So there's not much difference. It's all is boxing, and it's a game, win or lose. But definitely, I'm gonna make use of this opportunity to win this fight.
All right. Have you got a strategy? Because knowing that sometimes the judges and the referees that side are very hard on foreign boxers that come there. So what can the strategy be so that you can avoid this?
So I watch few of the videos of boxing there. I'm in a boxing how judges or referees stop the fight. What happens? What I'm going to do is to avoid. I'm now away also with my team. We sit and then we look at certain things that the judges do the referee do to stop fights. So we have to be careful with that. And when I'm going the ring, I'm careful with that and make sure how to score. And if I have an opportunity to knock him out, I'll do it.
Yes, Loki. Since you have moved up the weight division, how have you observed this division compared to the one we were in?
Yeah, now I feel much better. I don't pull weight that much like before, and also now I'm grown, so it's not healthy for me also to take off a lot of weight. So I'm comfortable right now.
All right.
I'm comfortable.
Okay. No, we wish you all the best, Loki.
Thank you.
Now, moving on to our next hit list, the head coach of the Brave Warriors, Collin Benjamin, has announced his final 25-man squad for the World Cup qualifiers against Equatorial Guinea on 15 November and Sao Tome on 21 November. Peter Shalulile and Dion Hoto are part of the squad. We need to come up with a name for us Shalulile fans. Shashas, we need to figure it out. Zoom in after the break. All right, so last week when Javon Wilson and Brian Munango did their Super Brew Premier League predictions, I was very skeptical about Javon's takes. Two predictions in particular. So he said Nottingham would beat Aston Villa, to which I scoffed. And then he said Luton would draw with Liverpool, to which I further scoffed. And all my scoffing was wrong. Javon got those very complicated scores. I mean, Luton, it's his first season in the Premier League. Who expects them to beat the Giants or to even draw with Liverpool? And they managed to do that in some way, somehow. Deep in Namibia, Javon Wilson predicted it. Let's see what their predictions are as we head back to the Premier League this weekend.
All know it's Thursdays, and Thursdays means Premier League, and Premier League is the weekend. There is so much to talk about, but before we do get into this random video, Javon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, man, considering it was a very low-scoring week. And United also lost the last night in the Champions League, so our exit is inevitable now.
Okay, before we do talk about the Premier League this coming weekend, last weekend, let's take a look at the results from last night. Let's take a look at the field for the Premier League results that we had last night. Javon, I think last night was just
Champions League results.
Okay, run us through it. Which one was your shock for the evening? Apart from the red card that Rashford got in the second half, which people don't agree was a red card, but I feel like it was a fair red card.
I think a yellow would have been fair.
Okay.
Because as you can see, he was trying to land his left foot. He wasn't trying to intentionally hurt the guy. Napoli, I would say, was a disappointing result there for them. Union Berlin haven't won in like a couple of matches.
17 matches.
Exactly.
16,
and they can get a point there.
Oh.
But I watched that match, and Bonucci had an outstanding match.
He played a really good
Very
game.
well, yeah.
And
Osimhen was out as well, so they just couldn't get it at the end.
They also see that guns blazing. destroying Benfica.
Very well. I think there's a side to watch it in Europe at the moment. Obviously, Arsenal doing pretty well at home. United, as we said, disappointing there.
No.
It's going to take a lot for them to beat Galatasaray and Bayern.
That's what I was about to ask you. Do you think we're going to survive this group? That's the question.
Look,
Do you
anything
think
is
we make
possible
it
in
to the
football.
knockout
That's the
stages?
beauty of the game. Anything is possible.
I've heard that before.
The way that United are playing, we scored 3. You
Yeah.
have to look at some of the positives there. We managed to score because we're struggling to score.
Yeah.
Holland scored a brace there. And scored early as well. So we came out attacking. It's just the defense. We need to get that sorted. Wait for Martinez to come back. Other than that, I think all the other results were pretty straightforward. Madrid, PSV, Inter.
Madrid started without Jude Bellingham. Can you believe it? Like he wasn't in the game. For me, that's huge. Seeing that they really believe in him as their goal scorer, he's the top goal scorer in the team. Started off the game without him and still comfortably won the game 3-0.
And he's a midfielder for that matter.
Wonderful midfielder.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
that being said, we always have this unpredictable picks or these upsets. But I would first like to congratulate you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Those.
Mr. No Ways, he's sitting next to me. No Ways, he said.
We're going to let the fans have a look at that themselves. But let's take a look at the clip where Javon went for some crazy predictions.
1-1?
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then my upsets. I think my upset will be in the Villa match. I think Forest can edge that. Forest 2-0.
No
Against Aston
ways.
Villa.
No ways.
No ways. That's the thing. It's always a way in the Premier League.
Okay, so that's your upset for the weekend. You're giving it to
That's
to
my
beat
first
Villa.
upset, yeah.
Oh, you have more than one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Luton, Liverpool. I think that's also a draw. I think Luton 1-1 against Liverpool. Yeah, those
that's
two are my
two
upsets.
upsets.
And then Chelsea's against Spurs, I would say that's also 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. So you. For me personally, it has to be the Nottingham Forest beating Aston Villa game for me. Liverpool 1-1. That's brave, bro.
You're welcome. I hope someone put a bet out there.
You could have made yourself, I'm sure, a lot of money. Do you know what the odds were for Copenhagen to beat us yesterday?
No.
9.5.
Sure.
9.5 odds for Copenhagen to beat us yesterday. And for those that went for that game, congratulations to you. Hope you made some coins. But yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at last week, how last week went. Last week is probably one of my worst weekends. I thought that last week. But
Yeah,
then,
exactly. It's your
yeah,
season now.
It's getting worse now. I think hopefully it's not a run of form, but yeah, it wasn't good this weekend. But yeah, let's take a look at my results there. I'm not really happy. I got 4 points.
4, not too bad.
Got 3. I only got 3 correct, so I'm not gonna take much on the other stuff. I'm just gonna say United. I thought would be more comfortable, but 1-0 win was good enough, I guess. Brentford and West Ham.
Yeah.
You know this game. Brentford were leading the whole first half, and I thought I had this one in the bag, and then I saw they came back there. But Crystal Palace saw that one coming. City went and just ran riot. But yeah, that's all I have, Javon. I don't even wanna Chelsea.
Yeah, it was a very strange game week. I mean, as I said to you, I always compare to the fantasy. It was the lowest scoring fantasy week I've seen for a couple of seasons now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lowest scoring. I mean,
since 2012, 2013, I think.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's quite a while later, and that's the last time that United won the trophy, the league, for that matter.
And for that weekend, only 4 games were played.
Yeah.
We had 10 this week.
Yeah.
So
it was a very strange game week.
it's a very strange game week for football. Yeah, but with that being said, Javon did way better than I did. So let's take a look at what Javon decided to do. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, you only got 1 more than I did.
It's
but
the exacts. Yeah, it's the
put you
exacts that
on.
really assisted me.
So yeah, you see United, you won 3-1.
I thought United would score more. I mean, one was a bit poor from them, but we got the 3 points at the end. As we said, I thought West Ham would also nick it there. Brentford doing pretty well regarding the situation with Ivan Toney being out. I don't want to touch much on that. City, well, as you said, they ran riot there. Wolves, I thought they would actually get a result against Sheffield, but to my surprise, no. Sheffield are actually doing pretty well. Newcastle, controversial goal there against Arsenal. I'm not so sure. I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but it was a bit of a cheat, I would say. And then obviously the 2 upsets, and then Chelsea also quite a remarkable game that was.
Yeah,
You watch
congratulations to them. I watched it. Good
It was
game.
a weird 2 red cards for Spurs. I mean,
I wouldn't say it's a well-deserved win for Chelsea. People are saying Chelsea is back. I just feel like it's a fluke result because, I mean, 2 red cards, only scored the second goal in the 74th minute.
Yeah.
Scored 2 last goals in the 90th minute. So, you know, I just feel like it's a fluke result. But with that being said, not a good weekend for a lot of the managers. I went down, I think, by 3 spots.
Oh, you went down. I actually went up at 9, so I'm trying to get back to double digits.
I went down by 3. I think I'm at 27 now.
Not too bad. I'm still 120 something, so I'm trying to get by next week at least to 90 something.
At least get into the
Yeah,
double
yeah,
digits.
getting back there. Yeah.
Yeah, but this weekend I'm killing it. So whoever, like, I'm telling you guys now, I'm telling you early. I'm gonna give out some awesome predictions. If you wanna hop on them with JSB Sports Betting, just make sure that you do, because you will definitely make yourself some cash. And with that being said, let's take a look at my predictions for this one. Oh, Javon, telling you this weekend we're making back. This weekend is gonna be a good one. But with that being said, in the first game I have Tottenham taking on Wolves. For this one, I'm still going to go Tottenham regardless of the injury hit that we hit. I mean, Madison is injured, Udogie, their main defender Romero is out. They have a long injury list. But I still feel like with the likes of Ben and Johnson, who they brought in from Nottingham Forest, Kulusevski, I'm sure Madison will play. He was only taken off because the team already had a red card. That's what the coach said, so I'm going 1-0 there.
It's tough. You know, I like Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves. We played them in the opening match this season, and they played very well. So I think Spurs will go through a dip at the moment, considering the loss against Chelsea. So I would go for a 1-1 draw there.
1-1. You don't think they have momentum to?
Nah, I think
come back with a win?
away. I think a point for Spurs will be decent as well.
Okay. Arsenal convincing win against against Sevilla in the Champions League 2-0. Yeah. I think they keep riding on that good form. Saka scored a goal and assisted. He's been MIA in the Premier League as of late. So I'm going 3-0. I think comfortable win for Arsenal on this one.
Very comfortable, considering what my prediction is going to be. I think probably that's one of my, I would say, upsets. I think Burnley can hold Arsenal to a draw.
To a draw again? Okay.
Yeah, I think 1-1. I think Burnley can definitely do that. They'll sit back. I mean, they're playing away and probably nick 1 goal, and Arsenal could perhaps score 1.
I think I disagreed with you with the Liverpool one.
Yeah.
But with Arsenal's one game, I'll disagree with you again.
And I'm backing my boy Foster to score at the Emirates.
At the Emirates Stadium. Okay, cool. You guys heard that. Crystal Palace, Everton. I couldn't choose a winner. I went for 1-1 draw.
I'm with you. 1-1 draw.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, cool. United and Luton. United bounced back since Copenhagen's defeat, but I think Højlund gets his first goal in the Premier League in this game, and I'm being brave enough to captain him in my fantasy side.
Wow,
yeah,
very.
That's me.
Nah, I'm going with Brian. We need those 3 points. I think 2-0 is a decent result for us at home. Yeah, I'll go with 2-0 as
2-0.
well.
Okay, Bournemouth and Newcastle. Newcastle hampered by Dortmund in the Champions League. There was a sign. Did you see the sign at the Dortmund game? There was a sign that said, where the Dortmund fans wrote this big sign that said, we play real football. You guys just pay money, something in that line.
Oh, like a tifo.
Yeah. You guys just, this is the real sport, and we could see how Dortmund took care of Newcastle. Deadly team. But I'm going Newcastle bounce back 3-0 comfortable win against Bournemouth.
I'll be a bit more modest there. I'll say Newcastle 1-0.
Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay, Aston Villa, Fulham. I think Aston Villa, apart from Manchester City and Liverpool, I think they hold one of the best home records in the Premier League this season. With Unai Emery being appointed, they haven't lost in the last 14-15 games at home. So I think Aston Villa to comfortably win, maybe a 2-1. I see Fulham nicking 1 in the second half, maybe.
Based on what you just said regarding the form that Villa are in, I'll go Villa 2-0 at home.
Villa 2-0. Watkins maybe to even get on the score sheet.
Yeah, sure.
Brighton, Sheffield. Sheffield should be riding high now. They should be on high on confidence after that wonderful win against Wolves where they won 2-1. But I think Brighton is going to prove to be too much with the likes of Mitoma, Pascal Gross. So I'm going to say comfortable 3-0 win for Brighton United.
Look, I enjoy the way they Brighton play football.
Yeah.
But of late, I don't know, they're going through a bit of a dip in form.
Okay. Sheffield,
as you said, riding the wave of their previous win. I actually think that's one of my upsets. I think Sheffield can actually nick it 1-0.
Sheffield nick 1-0 at Brighton's.
At the Amex.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. If I'm going to give you an upset, I'll have to say, okay, Liverpool at home against Brentford, I'm going to say 2-1. Liverpool really do consider a lot of goals. But 2-1, I think they could come away with a win there.
I'll go with the clean sheet, Liverpool 2-0.
Liverpool 2-0. And then my upset is going to be West Ham and Nottingham Forest. I know I said 2-1 there, but I'm rethinking my choices now, and I think I might go for 1-1. I'm really not. West Ham play tonight, so it depends on how they prosper in the Europa League. But I'm gonna go for maybe 1-1. So let's scratch out that 2-1 there.
Myself, I think West Ham are comfortable at home. I think that's 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
And then the last, save the best for last. We have Chelsea, who just beat tabletop Spurs, and now they face Manchester City. This one, comfortable win for Man City. I'm being lenient. I'm going to say 2-1, but I could see 3-4, but I'm going to say 2-1 Man City.
Look, I think Poch is definitely going to line the side up defensively, against City, knowing how attacking City can be, and perhaps look for the odd goal. But I still feel City will be too much for Chelsea. I'll go with City 1-0. City
1-0. And there's no English team in the world that has won the Premier League 4 times in a row.
Wow.
And this might be the season where City
I hope not.
Kick another gear. And I really also hope that's not the case, because that's bad for Manchester United. That's bad for football history. With that being said, we've come to the end of our discussion. But Javon, before we do leave, any message you'd want to give the viewers out there?
Yeah, for anyone that wants to join our prediction campaign, they should sign up and then get the picks in as soon as possible. And then obviously, if you want to sign up to jspsports.bet, more than welcome to. If you're 18 or over, and you make some money. Festivals around the corner. We all need that extra bit of buck. So I want to wish everyone the best of luck this weekend. Yes, so we did give you our predictions. Choose the best from our predictions. Make yourself a good slip on JSB, and you can make yourself some cash. Like he said, it's festive vibes, and we are all trying to be happy this festive. So with that being said, from me and Javon, it is adios.
Man, oh man, if you're like me, you are absolutely excited about Côte d'Ivoire next year for the AFCON Championships. And because we are excited, we've got a special competition for you, Les Soccer Joe. You can see the details right below. You stand a chance to go with the Brave Warriors, and you can join us Shashas. That's the name I've decided. Peter Shalolile fans are called Shashas. You can join us Shashas in Côte d'Ivoire and say au revoir to Namibia for a while you enjoy the AFCON. So do make sure you take part in Les Soccer Joe. We're going to be announcing winners in just a couple of days. But from me, Ashwin Berry, that's it for today's Sport Wrap Show. I'll be back tomorrow, leaving you in the very capable hands of one Ari Hochad.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with cricket news first. It's a Cricket World Cup continuing, and it is England that's back on winning ways. England's been battling in the World Cup. They were last on the list of 10 teams, and they're the defending champions, so not a good performance in the 2023 World Cup in India for England at the moment. But India, in their second last game, they beat the Netherlands by 160 runs, so they're back on winning ways, but they will not make the semi-finals, and they have one more game to play in the tournament. They have a big say on what's going to happen in terms of who's going to be the last team that's in the semi-finals. That is because England will play against Pakistan. That will be on Sunday. Pakistan, one of 3 teams that can still make the semi-finals together with New Zealand and Afghanistan. So it is an important game coming up on Sunday against Pakistan for England. What happened against the Netherlands, it was Ben Stokes that showed his form, and he was a big influence when England won the previous World Cup. Ben Stokes scored 108 runs off just 84 deliveries, and it's England that scored 339 for the loss of 9 wickets. That's in their allotted 50 overs. Also, David Malan, he is from South Africa, actually born in Paarl in Cape Town, and David Malan scored 87 runs from just 74 deliveries, so a good performance with the bat from England. Then Rashid took 3 wickets for 54 runs, so that was for Netherlands only to reach 179 all out. So the next game, or the last game in the World Cup for England, will be then on Sunday when they play against Pakistan. On to soccer news, football news. It is a Champions League action and a big game, controversial game that was played between Manchester United and Copenhagen. It was Copenhagen that won in the end that game by 4-3. Lots of controversy, lots of things to talk about in that game. It was Manchester United leading 2-0, but then they received a red card. They had a massive influence in the game. It was Marcus Rashford that received a red card. That's quite debated at the moment if it was meant to be a red card, but anyway, he did receive that, and lots of action through the game. There were 2 penalties, also a spectator on the field, but in the end, a late goal by a 17-year-old, and it was Copenhagen winning that by 4-3. Makes it difficult now for Manchester United to reach the last 16. That fight will hopefully now take place in February next year, and it is a talk that it will be in Saudi Arabia. Lots of millions of dollars offered for those 2 fighters to fight. It will be a unification fight, and the winner of that fight will hold all the boxing belts in world boxing. So that is Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.